I've kept my hair in a braid for like 24 hours because guess what? I can't go anywhere today. So yeah, I'm gonna take my hair out of the braid and I'm gonna brush it and then later I'm gonna wash it because I'm actually one of those people where washing your hair is a national event because it's now kneeling, which I think is really cool. I had never planned on that, by the way. But my great grandmother, who's also Julia, had kneeling hair, so it kind of makes sense. And that I have the genetics to grow my hair that long. And it's been a fun experience, and I love having really long hair. So I don't like to wear it up all the time. I'll say that. So mixture of all things. What do I mean by that? I think it's okay to be just like a mixture of things. Like you can have good opinions and bad opinions about, I don't know, current events. But it's probably best not to read too much of the news about it. So that I've kind of decided to stop commenting on as much. Because, yep. It's not like, I had no clue that like 3 months ago any of this would happen. I guess like my head was in the sand. Oh my gosh, like I feel so much like my head was in the sand. Hi, how you doing? I'm doing good, how are you? Me? I'm not doing anything today because I don't have to go anywhere today. I'm gonna brush my hair. What are you doing? You're at work, I think, right? Because you work on the East Coast or something like that. Oh, good. I want to make something like a potato thingy. I think because I need to dig into, because I love to cook, but I just haven't been as motivated to cook lately. Just because I don't know, I work a lot, so I am gonna try and get my motivation up to do that. That's another thing too I like to talk about. Like I do love home cooking. I think home cooking is great. But I also think it's nice to have a mixture of things. I'm not like saying eat out all the time, but one thing I've noticed all of a sudden is like ever since this happened, people are like, well, everybody's gonna start growing their own food. Which, by the way, my parents really have done that. Like they grew a lot. Like they did all that. Like when I was a kid. Like I have a picture of us in the garden with tomatoes. Like what did I used to argue with my dad about? About the way we watered the tomatoes. Like we used to argue about that. like or how do you organize the hands in the cabinet? Like, oh, I can do it better than you. Or like, I mean, we just would argue. Like, so like, I had this little mountain existence where we grew food and we cooked and we did all that. But like living in the city, like now people are like, oh well, you can't rely on the grocery store. You're gonna have to grow your own food. And I've always been a proponent of like growing your own food. But my question is like right now, for people living in cities, how are they gonna do that? Like because look, you had the community garden where that was available, but with the current crisis, I don't know, are people gonna be allowed to go to a community garden? I'll have to read up on that. It would be very interesting to explore that topic. So if you live in a rural area, you can definitely work towards growing your own food. But once you have gone to commercial agriculture, it's kind of hard to step away from that, to completely say, and then also to just, our economy is very business oriented and business, and to just say, well, we're just going to not rely on a lot of these businesses anymore, we're going to go back to basics. That's good for people that live in a rural area where they can do that, but it's not doable for everybody. And I've actually had a lot of that existence. Like, I know how to cut firewood, okay? Because my dad, like, he chopped down trees for a neighbor who owned a lot of land that he sold to the Forest Service later on because nobody would buy it. And when I was young, I learned how to cut firewood with an axe. I've done that. I have shoveled snow. I've cooked. I've done all those things. Like, I've done everything like that. But now I live in a city, so like down here in the city, we don't shovel snow, and if you live in an apartment, it's kind of hard to grow food in your backyard. So I just think it's good. If you live in a rural area, you should grow your own food. Maybe, I don't know, my one friend, I think it's really cute and exciting. She got chicks. So yeah, like, find ways to grow your own food. But I just, like, I would like people to say, yeah, if you can, but they also need to preference it by saying, not everybody can do that. But then I'm getting into the whole debate again, so I'm trying to ignore more of that. I really am. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. See, I guess I'm not like just only talking about hair. I could just talk about hair, but then I would probably only make one video a year or something. I actually like having it chopped. And I just start talking about different things when I'm brushing my hair. And people ask me, like, how did I start doing these videos? Well, I had another YouTube channel, and I used to do a lot of art projects, and I spent a lot of time on them in Southern California Art and Mountain Life. I spent a lot of time on those, okay? Like doing all those crafty things for years. And I was writing for a website called Examiner.com, and I have my own little art website, sweetberriesart.com, and then I actually have several websites. And I had an art shirt design website called Art Shirt Design. So I put a lot of time into creating those things. So it's not that I haven't done all that, because I really did do that, but it became over time that I didn't always have the time to work on it every day, and I try to when I can. But I did have other types of YouTube videos. It wasn't just always about hair. It's just, I discovered, like one time, I don't know, in 2016, it was just so random. I made another video about liking long hair in 2013, but it got deleted because somebody said that I looked funny in that video, so it was deleted for me. So anyway, moving on ahead to 2017, I just made a random video about liking long hair on my other channel, Southern California Art and Mountain Life, which used to be my only channel. And it got a lot of response, and this was like the first time I actually had people watching my videos. Like, because before I would get a few comments here and there, but I just never really had that much interest. And then all of a sudden, people had an interest in something I was sharing, and it was long hair, which I think is really cool. Like, I like that there was an interest in something, so it kind of made me think, well, maybe I should make a channel about hair. So I did, and some of the comments were funny in my first video. Like, it was just called drinking coffee, and a kid like said, "Oh, coffee's not healthy, and this is not a relaxing video for kids." And I was like, I don't make my videos for kids, and thank goodness YouTube finally came down and said YouTube is not for kids, because I never thought it was. I know people let their kids on the YouTubes, but it's not. Like, I don't think a 10-year-old kid should just be running amok on YouTube anyway. So now that's up to the parent to decide if their kid's watching YouTube, but they're not supposed to have an account if they're under 13. So I'm glad they actually made that change. Like, I think overall that was a really good change for YouTube to say, you know what, you need to say if your videos are for a kid audience or not, and they really cannot be monetized if they're for kids, because the whole idea is we shouldn't do data collection on kids. And I think that's great, because no, we shouldn't. Like, why would you do that? So whether you're over the age of 13 and you decide to have a YouTube account cognizant of the fact that they do data collection on us, then it's kind of your decision. I mean, you could just not watch YouTube. You could go incognito and watch it that way without making an account. You can do that. That's the funny thing, is people can still do that, and they're not going to know, like, they're not going to, I mean, they're not going to know your age, but they're going to know your, like, approximate geographical location. And I do some of the analytics for my websites and things, because I have different websites. This is like, be careful when you brush your hair. I went too hard there. So I do the analytics, and it's interesting because, like, I'll look at me when I visit my website, and it doesn't always get the exact city, and sometimes it does. So sometimes it just says it's approximate. You know, like, you can see, like, where does most of your search engine traffic come from. Like, it's supposed to be useful for, like, people that are looking to create a business. But, like, for me, I can't say that my long hair channel is a business. I still consider it a hobby, because I have never been approached by, like, some hair brand saying, hey, do you want shampoo? I mean, if I had been, that'd be cool, but I just haven't been. I think that's more for people that have a very large following and very more specific videos on hair, which it's not that I can't edit videos. I think, if you notice, there are some pretty well edited videos on my channel when I have time, but those take like 3 hours. Like, you're sitting there putting it together and layering it and doing this, and then putting one track in and one track out. And I bought the movie editor back in 2017, and what, Vegas Studio 14. It's like the most clunky movie editor, because, you know, I used to like the YouTube movie editor, but you can't use that anymore because they got rid of that service. And it was very basic, but it suited my needs. And also, back when I had, like, Windows 7, it came with a free video editor, but you don't get that anymore, so you have to buy a video editor to make a video. And I've tried making videos on my phone. Like, I have some pretty funny videos that I made on my phone. So yes, I've tried my hand at video editing, and if it doesn't look really, really high tech, it's because, yes, I would love to learn more about video editing, but I have a certain video editor that was in the $50 range, and I can't see the purpose of paying like $300 for a video editor if I'm not going to recoup that cost really quickly. Like, okay, let's say a big channel like Jenna Marbles, she's going to be able, somebody like that, they can buy really good equipment. She does that full time. So I do a lot of live stream format because it's easier. Like, it's not edited, but hey, I'm not. And one thing I'm trying to not feel as self-conscious about is if I'm doing a video, like a live stream here, I just say things freely, but I notice, like, sometimes when I talk to people, like, I don't know, like, I don't feel nervous all the time, but if I first start talking to someone, I feel kind of nervous or self-conscious, and it's just something I've tried to overcome, but I realize it's just kind of my personality. I'm trying not to get down on myself, because I believe in myself, and I think I'm a great person, so, you know, that's all I know, is that I'm a good person, and I think other people are good too, and, you have to be a mixture of all things, I say. Where am I going with this? I don't know. Probably nowhere. I'm just meandering through the hairland. Oh, by the way, do you want to see my mask? Be right back. Oops. I turned the light out for a second. I'm sorry. It was gone for a second. Okay, so I have 3 different masks. This is one that somebody made for us, but I'm going to take the wire out because I don't really feel like it was needed. It kind of got singed a little bit in the dryer. And I have 2 other ones, but this one, they're like, the mask is so good, but I think it's so uncomfortable because look, first off with this one, I have to tie my hair up. And it feels really uncomfortable. And then, because I have long hair, I kind of have to bring it up like this. And then there's another tie. And there's different ways of trying to tie it. It is so uncomfortable. And if you have to talk like this and work like this with a mask on, you feel like a teapot by the end of the day. Oh my gosh. But I wear it because, you know, we have to. You know, I don't, personally, they have mixed reviews, the masks, but we have to wear them, so we wear them. But I feel like a teapot. And I can wear summer clothing when it's raining and cold outside. So it's just, and people that work, or if you work in a store, you have to wear the teapot. I am going to do a bun job, I promise. I just haven't because you have to brush your, like, the reason I'm going to do a fucking updated bun job. I am, okay? I know you guys like that. It's just I have to brush my hair out really perfectly to do that, and then get the bun up into a bun. Because, I mean, you could, but it's not smooth enough unless my hair is like fully brushed out. Like, I finger detangle my hair, and I get it wet in the shower, but the thing about my hair is I don't, like, if you're busy, like, I do, like, finger detangle it and all that, but I don't like fully brush it every day, like completely, like 100, like I get through most of it, but like to get it into the bun, like we're like, oh, that's so easy, but like with wavy textured hair, like my kind of texture of hair, it takes a lot of brushing and then just manipulation, so that's why I haven't done an updated bun job, but I'm gonna do one for you guys because it seems like that's what everybody wants, and you know, I really do. That's actually one of my edited videos, was the bun drop one. Has anybody ever complained about my hair getting in their face? So, not really, because I always wear my hair back in a braid when I'm out. Like, right now my hair is loose, but I don't wear it loose anymore because the last time, like, I went on a walk and my hair was loose, and just from being loose for like 20-30 minutes, it got really crazy sauce applesauce. So I don't really wear it loose as much, like when I'm out. Like, I keep it contained because, to me, the thing is, having long hair is awesome, but in order to keep it awesome, you have to work on it, like, a lot. Like, people think, oh, this is just such a little thing. Like, in some ways, yes, long hair is less maintenance, but in other ways, it's a lot more maintenance because you go from the bottom up very slowly. But I think maybe I'll do a bun job. I don't like to promise things because, look, if I don't deliver on it, then we'll get disappointed. And they're like, why haven't you done that yet? So, that mask, my nose itchy. So, yeah. I like this brush right now. This one's really good. How long have I been growing my hair? Well, that's a great question. It's been on and off for most of my life in a way, because up until the age of 20 I had, I would say, tailbone length hair, but it's much healthier now because back then I didn't really cut it much. Like, I just trimmed it. And also too, like, my mom used to style my hair sometimes when I was younger, and she made amazing French braids, but like she would brush your hair really hard, and you know, you don't want to do that if you're trying to have thicker hair. You want to take your time with it. But she just, like, I love my mom. She's very good at doing French braids, but one thing she never really was patient. She just wasn't the kind of person that would like sit there and slowly brush your hair for hours. Like, she thinks it's like, she doesn't even know why I do that, but I'm like, it's because I'm trying to keep my hair healthy. You know, I don't want to go like really super fast. And you could if you want to. I just prefer not to. Okay. I have to work on that section. Shampoos, I can show you like all the different shampoos I have. Okay, I have a lot, but I go through shampoo less frequently than conditioner, which I really eat up. I have this one, the Palmer's coconut oil one. This one smells really good. There's this one I bought. It's just like the Suave, and I don't really love it or anything. I mean, this one smells like apple, and I haven't even used this one. I think someone else has that one. It's just one I bought. And then there's also this one. I really liked this before when I got it. And I thought I wasn't going to get it again. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do sulfate shampoo anymore. But I don't know. Like, honestly, sometimes I do. I go back and forth. I have a lot. But right now, I use this one. Other people in our household use that one. This is one I bought. I just kind of have a lot of shampoo. And I don't know. Because I buy different ones sometimes. This one, I bought at Sprouts. This is the Levia conditioner. It's the best. I love this one, but this is $11 for that bottle. So that one is kind of a... This was just a VO5 one, and I'm not in love with it. It doesn't have a very good scent. I actually just used it sometimes when I needed body wash and I ran out of body wash. And this was another one that I just bought on a whim at the dollar store a few months back. This conditioner, and it was made in Turkey. It was like, oh, that's interesting, because I'm thinking about the Ottoman Empire, reading different things about it. And this one was the conditioner, and I still have it. I need to get rid of it. I have a lot. And then I have this one that I also bought at the dollar store. And I have this one. So I have 1, 2. This one's really empty and I should get rid of it, but I want to use the ends of it. 3. What is my hair budget for a month? Well, it's really not that much money. I'll tell you why. Because I get my hair wet in the shower, but I wash it like fully, like I'll do a hair rinse in the shower maybe every other day just with water. But I don't fully shampoo my hair like this like every 2 weeks, because I started doing that more when I got into long hair growth method. Like, I do a hair rinse, and I use warm water, by the way, which, by the way, warm water is good for your hair. They lied. There's actually a hairstylist that Brad Mondo talked about that. So what's my budget? Last month I bought this for $11, and I bought these 2 for $5. Back in January I bought these 2, and they were about $10. Henna. My hair has like a red tinge to it, so I do henna maybe when I get around to it every 2 or 3 months. That's like $7, $8. I would say like the max amount that I spend on my hair. Well, I also have the Noi coconut oil. It was like $10. I have a lot of hair products, okay, I guess. But all of this together, I would say, would be less than $70, and a lot of these are still full, and I've had that one, the shampoo, for like, I don't know, over a year. And when I use shampoo, I don't use as much, but when I use conditioner, like it'll use up to like a third of that. So I do a lot of hair rinses, because that's actually the recommendation for long hair. Like, to keep it healthier, I do a hair rinse more than a shampoo, and sometimes I do a co-wash, a conditioner wash, and not a shampoo. Like if I head up my hair, like, because I love the red highlights in the sunshine, and it's also like a conditioner. I would say, like, okay, compared to some people, I don't think I'm spending as much money on hair products. Not really. And back in the day, like I just bought Suave and stuff, and and my hair was still growing quite good with Suave. I just thought, not Suave, but VO5 more than Suave, sometimes Suave. But I haven't always bought the organic brand. Like I did buy that Sprouts one, and it's really nice, but I don't think you have to spend a lot of money to have good hair. They say that you have to, but it's not really true. I think it's what you eat, and it's hair oily, and just exercise and lifestyle and how you treat your hair more than everything else. And then I do a lot of hair rinses where I rinse my hair in the shower, like rinse it out as opposed to washing it, because the more you wash it, it dries it out. And my philosophy behind hair is it's kind of evolved over time. I'm like, well, that seems to work for me. And I get my hair wet a lot sometimes. Like I'll put a lot of water in it, like I'll rinse it out in the shower, and then later like I'll wet down parts of my hair and brush it out. So I'm always getting my hair wet and rinsing it out a lot, but I do it in a contained sort of way so it's not tangling, because my issue is when you wash your hair, you get it all tangled up, and tangling your hair adds some more breakage. So just the longer my hair has gotten, I just am not really washing it as much, like with harsh shampoo, like trying to stretch that out a bit. So I do more hair rinses, and it's just kind of evolved over time. So yeah, that's like the collection, all the shampoos I have in my shower. I have a lot. But I think, I think I'm going to consolidate those two. We use them up. So I would say maybe at most, how much did I spend on hair products last month? $20, like, it's not a lot. Because think about it this way, like when people go to the hair salon, like, and that would include if I bought henna. Like if I did a henna hair treatment, like just to give my hair some red highlight and condition it. So, because my hair is black, it just adds like a bit of a red tinge to my hair. So I would say, like, I don't spend a lot of money on hair care. It's pretty low end, and right now, nobody can go to the salon anyway. And I had a joke with Aya that we were going to do a live stream about like how to take care of your hair during the quarantine. That's actually something I don't miss. I'm like, I don't miss the hair salon, but I sometimes miss going to get coffee. But I can make coffee at home, or I can make coffee when I'm at work or something. I don't know why I miss that. Like, I think I just miss going to Augie's and getting coffee and sitting there and hearing people talk. Because I have this little thing, like, I'm not super social, but I love to walk, like, in our little city, and I just love to see the scenes, and I love to go get coffee, and I love to sit there and look at my phone and just hear people have their conversations. And it's fun. Like for me, that was getting out, and it was enjoyable. And I've had coffee with people before, but, well, before all this happened, I was supposed to have coffee with someone, but it didn't really happen because I decided not to. That's another story for another time. I like going out for coffee. It's like one of my favorite things. I like to walk around. I love walking. Like, I just love walking and looking at things, and that's like one of my favorite things, like just walking around and looking at the sights. You know? I love to walk. Am I a little sad, maybe, like, that now we can't really do those things anymore as much? I'm sorry, like, I guess I am a tiny bit, and I guess I shouldn't be, but look, I think it's great, like, at the end of the day, if people have decided because of this they want to get back to basics, but I think what you just have to remember is you should do that, but you can't expect that everybody else is going to want to go along with that in the long term, because I think we can be a mixture of things. I think we can do homegrown things on our own, but like sometimes go out. And I guess the funny thing is too, a lot of the people talking about going back to basics, like they eat out more than I did. So I don't even know. Maybe they're just talking about their own experience, but then I'm trying not to look at social media about all this stuff. I just think, like, when somebody puts on social media good vibes and like they're all happy and this is all good stuff, which you need to be positive, yes, but I think sometimes you need information to know, like, well, what is the worst case scenario? What if things don't go back to the old normal? I mean, I really hope that they do, and I'm hoping that they do, but I just have this intuition, like on March 15th, the Ides of March, I don't know why, like something just, I just felt like things weren't going to go back to the old normal anymore. And I'm hoping that they do for our sake, but I just am afraid they might not either. So I feel like we have to be aware of that, and it helps us make better decisions. And it's not that we can't be positive. I feel like that's more positive. But that's kind of just my take on it. Do you want to watch me do hair oiling? Because I always get, can you do some hair oiling? I'm like, okay. You want me to put oil in my hair? I don't usually put that much. That's a lot of oil. That's the funny thing, though. I think, like, the difference between kind of Western philosophy on hair and like the Indian philosophy is in India they put a lot of oil in their hair, and it seems like, I could be wrong, I don't really understand it 100%, but it seems like men actually think it's very attractive when women put oil in their hair, whereas in the US, like, if somebody put a lot of oil in their hair, like, people are afraid their hair is going to look oily, but it seemed like to me, in India, like, hair oiling was considered very beautiful, where people were rinsing their hair and then putting oil in it, and it was getting clean. And another thing is, like, if you have the pure coconut oil, not like the knockoff thing I have, pure coconut oil has antimicrobial properties that actually like cleanse your hair. So I don't really understand everything about Indian hair oiling or henna. Like, I love henna, and but henna's also like a Middle Eastern thing too. Like, they did it in the Middle East. Like, henna is a very big thing in the Middle East still. I'll show you the henna. Okay, you want to see more hair products? Let's play hair product day. This is the henna I use. It's USDA organic. You can get them more reasonably priced on Amazon, although I don't know, would I order it on Amazon now? You can still go to Sprouts when you're shopping for groceries, and people don't really know about henna as much. I don't know, they might all learn about it now, but they have henna there. And it's like $7.99 for this box. But I can use like half the package and in one application with a can of coconut milk, some essential oil, and then I put it in my hair and it's a big giant mess. And then we have the flip-flop debate about let's clean the bathroom. It's messy, okay? You're scrubbing the bathroom for hours, but I don't know. I feel like lately my life revolves around cleaning. Let's clean clean this, let's clean that. That's all I ever do, so I guess I just don't do it all the time because, you know, you don't want to overdo anything. Moderation in all things, right? But it is a great conditioner for your hair. Now, if you have light colored hair, it's going to make your hair like flaming red, which I think is really beautiful. But if you have darker black hair like me, when you're in the sunlight, it gives it a red tinge, which I like. But I've always had red highlights in my hair because my mom doesn't exactly have red hair, but a lot of people in our family have red hair, like a very beautiful, unique auburn red color hair that you just don't see. Like, a lot of people would think this is like a special stylist who colored someone's hair to look that way, but their hair just looks that way, and it's kind of been amazing. So being a mix of things, like a mix of Syrian and a mix of like British and German, you have like these interesting things that come out. And like for me, I think that I just have certain Syrian features that come out, but I also feel like I look a little Western European too. But when it comes to like my hair, I think my hair growth is from my mom's side of the family, and my great-grandma was definitely white, I would say. I mean, they thought people were Native American. We used to go saying that. It was so embarrassing though, because I was getting to the point that I don't think we're Native American. Like, really, I don't. Even though some people have said, oh, you look Native American, I'm like, there's nothing Native American looking about me. Like, not really. I've had people tell me that a few times, but I think they just think that because I have long hair. But I even had somebody that was part indigenous tell me that, but I don't look Native American. I would say I'm a mix of, this is where I used to talk about a mix of all things. A mix of like Syrian and white, like, okay? So I took the DNA test because I got tired of everybody saying that we had Native American ancestry, and this great-grandmother was like half Native American or something. And there's this story about how the government came to her house and they said she could get benefits, but the great-grandpa was like, no. But you see, I don't think she was Native American. I think maybe it wasn't known exactly what she is. But this is what I do. Okay, got like a little bit of Iberian. So I think what it was, I don't think, okay, she was I'm really into genealogies. I'm telling lots of stories now. It's story time day. So, like a great-great-grandmother, the one that they thought was Native American, I don't think she was Native American, but she was adopted. Her origins were not precise. She married some man because they said it would be better for her future to give her like security, because she had been adopted of unknown origins. I mean, basically her parents weren't married and nobody really knew exactly who her parents were. But I don't think she was Native American, and this was the big controversy with some people in my family that swore she was Native American because of that story. But I think they're gonna make, I don't know why they would tell that particular story, but maybe it sounds better to say that she was Native American. My only suspicion is maybe she was Mexican, I think, like of Spanish, because there are some white Mexicans that maybe she was of Spanish, like her parents, like maybe the father was Mexican. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't say like what her precise origins are, but there's nobody in our family tree that is of Spanish ancestry. And then when they have, every time I keep doing the GED match, and then my uncle's getting Iberian and I'm getting a little bit of Iberian, and also some undocumented Southern European, and I can't tie that to anything, like, and also a little bit of Italian. Like, there's these things that would come up on those tests, and I'm like, nobody in our family tree is Italian or Spanish. So at the end of the day, it was 0 Native American, but there were these little trace amounts of Iberian and Italian, which lead me to believe maybe, like, this is where genealogy gets really interesting. I don't know what her lineage was, but I can guess maybe her father was Mexican. I don't know. I can't tell you precisely. But yeah, those were some things that, and I've taken 3 different DNA tests, and then my mom took the DNA test, and my uncle took the DNA test, and we all seem to have that Iberian thing that comes up, and I can't explain why we would be having Spanish ancestry, because it's not in our family tree. Like, it comes from somewhere, but I don't think she was Native American, so a lot of people were really crushed, like, when I told them that. But you know, it's an old story. A lot of white people think that they have Native American ancestry because they're told that. Cause I don't know, it makes their lives more interesting maybe, or maybe it mitigates some of the guilt that people had, I don't know, in the Midwest, that, you know, they know that they acquired this land, and maybe it mitigates some of their guilt. I don't know where these stories come from, but if you get 0 on the DNA test, you're not Native American. There's also this other argument that, oh, well, these indigenous tribes are gone, so we don't have a reference panel. But there are people with Native American ancestry throughout the Americas that are similar enough that if you take the test, it will come up, like, broadly North American. So it would be in a broad category, and there are people that get those admixtures, so you can kind of determine, you know. So when I say be a mix of all things, I feel like taking a DNA test if you're interested in ancestry is kind of cool, because then you know what your mix is, and it kind of gives you some insights. Like, I am a mixture of all things, and I really embrace that, and I think a lot of people are too. Like, well, here's another example. If you ever study about the Ottoman Empire, they definitely are. And Turkish people are very European and West Asian and Central Asian. Like, when they take the DNA test, because Turkic people came from Central Asia, they settled in Anatolia. The Ottoman Empire conquered European countries. There were women that were part of the harem system. Often European women. So they're a very interesting mixture. A lot of people are a mixture of things. There's no 100% this and that. Like, so here you go, Spaghettio. I just gave you a long, rambling live stream about being a mix of all things. Thanks for watching.